Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm meteorologist Connor Tank. Hey, I'm meteorologist Connor Tank. And I'm meteorologist Connor Tank. I'm meteorologist Connor Tank. Yeah, I'm meteorologist Connor Tank. I'm here with my girlfriend. I'm here with Sebastian and Andrea. I'm here with Jerome. He's a local here in Charleston. I think I'm here with
Caroline.
The first question I have is, what's your opinion on the just Charleston flooding, like how it happened?
Well, you are mainly in the low country. We don't have the right things that Charleston needs to have, like a levee or whatever. You see they're doing some work out on the battery to try to structure the walls.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. It floods like every time it rains pretty hard.
It's terrible.
Yeah, pretty intense.
It's pretty bad.
From my experience with it, I'm a senior. I've been here for 4 years. I haven't really seen too much of it. Last hurricane, it flooded, but, it wasn't really like anything too bad. My freshman year, we had to go home because of a hurricane, but I don't think it hit it too bad. Obviously it's annoyed me having to watch the class. And, I think it's going to get worse as, years go on. Climate change gets worse. But, it's just, from my experience with it, it's been annoying, but I haven't seen any truly catastrophic flooding in the city.
I think it's actually really horrible. There's a lot of really bad zones. I feel like it's not everywhere, but the places where it gets the worst are disproportionately low income households, which I think is just messed up.
My next question, have you, your friends or family ever had an experience with flooding, in your house, any damages?
Our basement used to flood a lot. We had to put a sub pump in it, and they had to take the whole concrete wall off for it. And I remember having to paint it because we had to put waterproofing paint on it.
How long did it take to fix that?
It took them a pretty long time. Probably a month. Just because they had to work, so they could only do it a couple times a day.
I remember it was a couple weeks of cleaning out a basement area that had flooded.
Ooh,
and it definitely damaged the downstairs, the entire bottom floor of the house.
I've seen some of the on the corner of Wentworth.
Yeah,
you can just get a little bit of water, and nearly you have 3 foot or wherever they'll run in, come inside. And,
all it takes is a little thunderstorm, and then it floods.
I have not. I know my mom grew up in New Orleans, and I know when she was a kid, they would have to deal with that whenever hurricanes would hit. Water would come in the house, but that was 50 years ago.
Yeah, I had my basement flood. I'm actually from Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, okay.
So I had my basement flood, I think in 7th grade, and it was just horrible. Really, really bad.
Jeez. How'd you guys handle it?
Insurance. Luckily we had insurance, but it was still really expensive. So if we were below income, I don't think we would have recovered.
Ooh. So that was the main way to fix it. How long did it take to fix the flooding in your house, the damages?
I'd say about 7 or 8 months completely, just because it was a newer house, so they wanted to make sure that everything was actually up to date.
So for my third question, I don't know if you guys ever heard about the proposal that Charleston has, where they're gonna take, where the battery is, kind of the very end of the tip of the peninsula in Charleston. What they're doing is they actually want to raise the seawall to try to help prevent the flooding and stop Charleston from going underwater possibly in the next 50 to 100 years. What's your guys' opinion on that? Do you think it'll work? And if not, what do you think the city could do differently?
I don't think that would work. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I don't think it would work. I feel like the flooding comes more from below, at least in our experience. I've never seen it come over the flood walls there. We've been in places downtown where it seems to be coming up from the sewers, and out the bottom of the street, but I've never seen it come over the walls down by the battery.
I don't think it's gonna work because most of the flooding is from the rain. They need to do something better with the drainage, redo the pipes. I'm sure they haven't been redone in a long time. That would...
Yeah, I have seen some construction around school where they've redone them.
I think it's a good idea in theory. If they can make it with strong material where it actually would help reduce flooding, I think that'd be a good idea.
It might work. I just find it funny that they chose the battery specifically, because I feel that's such a rich area that I feel they need to prioritize the places in which people are already struggling and then fix the battery. I don't know what would work. I think going carbon neutral would work. I think focusing on making it a more walkable city and public transport would work better, but I don't know what else would work besides that.
Short-term
I think
fix.
it might be a short term.
Yeah.
Because you still got to look at saying the structure, using the steel and all that. And remember, you can't stop Mother Nature.
Exactly.
You can't stop Mother Nature. You can't.
Exactly. So, my last question for you guys is, how do you think the flooding in Charleston will like affect the economy? Like how prices of housing, property taxes, insurance, just things like that.
I think over time the economy's like gonna go down because of it. Nobody's gonna want to live where it floods all the time.
I think there's already a lot of gentrification, so I feel like that's just going to speed it up a lot because people who lose their houses due to flooding are not going to be able to move back in. They're probably going to get renovated and sold to really expensive like realtors.
Exactly.
So I think that people are just going to get pushed out like they already have been to North Charleston, but I think it's just going to continue the way that it has been, but now it's not anybody's fault except for the government.
Probably. I mean, I'm sure insurance rates are just going to keep going up. But, like, I mean, houses are getting raised. Like, we're not in a flood zone where we live, but all around us, I mean, people are built up. Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely high. So.
Yeah.
Who knows if they fill that land in too? So, I mean, I think it would take like a catastrophic event, which will eventually happen.
Yeah.
But I think that's what it would take to change the kind of fill and build that's happening around Johns Island.
It's almost just like a temporary fix, not really like a long-term fix.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're just building for money, and they don't realize how bad it could be in a catastrophic event. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if it's true what they say that in 20 years or whatever, like part of the city's gonna get destroyed by just rising sea levels, and I think that'll very much hurt the economy, especially because it'll be like areas of the battery that will go under. So it honestly would probably lower house prices, but it would probably be really bad for the economy, probably destroy businesses. So yeah.
The housing.
Yeah, because the flooding does a lot of damage. Does a lot of damage to the new homes. Does a lot of damage to the older homes, both in the 1700s, the 1800s, and mess up the structure.
Yeah.
It really mess up the structure.
Thank you, Jerome, for your time. Alright, thank you guys for your time. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, nice to meet you. Alright, man. Thank you. Thank you.